Radner Mathematicians. Mr. Serpico checking in on behalf of all the teachers. I hope you are having a great day so far. So we're going to continue our study of lesson 1.1, day 2, looking at numbers through 10 million. And looking at this slide here, you're just counting by 100,000s, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, 600,000, 700,000, 800,000, 900,000, 10,000. So 10,000s. What would that look like? It says down here, everyone count by 100,000s up to 1,000,000. So you can guess which numbers under this green box. I'll pause, take your guess. You bet 1,000,000. So 10,000s is equal to 1,000,000. What does that look like using our periods and our place value chart? So counting by 100,000s, watch as I count by 100,000s in this visual model by dragging the chips to the 100,000s place. And notice again what happens when I get to 9. 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, 600,000, 700,000, 800,000, 900,000, and 10,000s. So you realize you can't put a 2-digit number in a place value. You can't do that. You wouldn't do, grab my pen, 10. There's no chips in the ones, no chips, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. You wouldn't put a 2-digit number inside a single place value period, would you? No. So you would trade up. Whoop. You would trade up for that million. So these would drop out. Put these back in your little stash into your pile. Grab my eraser. Trade back for my pen. 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma. So your thousands period, your ones period, and then of course your millions period. So 10,000s equal to 1,000,000. Just looking at that another way, a visual way, using the manipulatives. Again, here we are doing some more guided practice. The page is a bit busy, so let's talk through it together. Counting by millions, 1,000,000, 2,000,000, 3,000,000. What would this be? Obviously, this would be the word form of 4,000,000, 5,000,000, 6,000,000, 7,000,000. Word form would be, that's a typo. This should be what? This should be 8,000,000. Well, that woke me up. You never can be too sure. You've always got to check your work. Teachers make mistakes too. So this should have been 8,000,000, obviously. I'm sure you would have caught that had I not said anything. This, geez, let's see what's behind here. It could be anything. This you would want to do 9,000,000. So 9, comma 0, 0, 0, comma 0, 0, 0, and then 10,000,000. What we're really looking at here is we're looking at the word form of a number in this column here. This would be the standard form of a number. And then emphasizing the periods over here. So use commas to separate the periods. The first comma indicates the millions period. The second comma indicates the thousands period. So millions and then thousands. Another guided practice slide looking at manipulatives and interpreting this place value chart broken down by periods. In this part of the lesson, we're going to take another look, take a closer look, a more detailed look, if you will, writing numbers in standard form and word form. So again, the page is a bit busy, and these are just notes to myself. We're not going to do every slide, but this slide is a yes. So being a math mechanic, look at the whole screen, try to figure out what it's asking you to do. Well, right here, write the numbers in standard form and word form. That's what this prompt is asking me to do. Looking at periods, I've got millions, I've got thousands, I've got ones. So let's start. On the last slide, it talked about starting at the millions period. On this slide, I'm going to start at the ones. So how many ones do I have? I got 5. So let's see if it'll allow me to drag and drop. Yep, there it goes. So 5 ones. I've got 4 tens, right? Hundreds, I've got 0. Thousands, 7. 10,000 looks like we've got an even 6 there, right? 100,000's 5. And millions 3. So this number, if I were to say it, what would that sound like? Well, in word form or standard form, it would sound like 3,567,045. Remember, when we're saying large numbers, you say the number and then the period that it's in. So 3,567,045. And then in standard form and word form, there's not a ton of space here, but 3 million would look like, let me grab, I wonder if yellow will show up well in there. 3,000,000,000,3 million. Okay. So again, looking at standard form and then word form. And I don't think it's necessary to go through the rest of these columns, but you guys get the point. Let's take a look at this. Would be, if we were in class, we would do a turn and talk about things that are in the millions, so things that occur in this really large number of millions place value. So how can we do that in this format? I think this is a really good point in your notes if you're watching this video in an asynchronous fashion, is to write down, maybe this could be your 3 things that come in millions. Can you come up with 3 things? And when we get together in our small groups today, be ready to share that. I'll give you one of my favorite places. Sand on the beach. I'm guessing some of you have already thought of that. I'm sure you're missing your beach time as well. So when you get together with your group today, think about things that are in really, really large numbers. And granules of sand on the beach, I'm sure there are millions of those in one beach town alone, let alone all across the globe. So you think of really, really astronomical numbers in place value. All right, so here's another guided practice slide we could take a look at. And your teachers might do some of these on whiteboards. You have your whiteboards and holding them up to the screen. So if a teacher gives you a number and asks you to demonstrate, you might make this type of a chart on your whiteboard, or they might ask you simply for the word form, okay? Do some word form practice in your groups. Maybe that's something you could ask your teacher to do. And the other one could be just the standard form of a number. So like 4,782. All right. So let me back up and clear this out. And I'm trying to write this number shown in the place value chart in standard form and word form. So let me tell you that behind this gray box here should be this number, 4,600,000. Well, 4,605,379. So again, that would be 4,605,379. And let's see if I have this filled in there. So there's the 4 million, the 600,000. It looks like I've got to fill in. Let me grab yellow again. No, I think green will work better because there's yellow already there. So 4 million, right? 4,000,000. There's your standard form. Oh, here it is here. So 4 million in standard form and 4 million in word form. Here's your 600,000 in the standard form. Here's your 600,000 in word form. So the 0 in standard form here just indicates that there aren't any 10,000s. So you wouldn't write anything. If you're doing word form, you wouldn't need to write anything. Thousands, you've got your 5,000s and your 5,000 in your word form, your 300 and your 300. And let me move this. Sorry about that. Your 70 representing your 7 tens you have up there in your bracket in your chart, and then your 70 in the word form. These are the things that you'll practice. Not incredibly exciting, but important foundational skills for your 5th grade math journey. You could see it's getting a little bit more complex, a little bit more abstract. So you're just seeing the chart, and then you need to go ahead and fill in the number in standard form and the number in word form. I'm going to pause right here, and then you can just write down number 12 in your composition book as you're working along with me, and go ahead and try this. Be ready to share when you get in your groups. Take a look at number 12 now, and I would like you to write the number in standard form and the number in word form. And again, be ready to share as one of your facts when you get together with your teacher today. You know, your 3, 2, 1, this could count as a demonstration of something you learned or tried. And I'll go ahead and reveal. You can check yourself. How did you do with this? Did you get the 6 million, the 300,000, the 410,000? So 6,340,000, I should say. You're 581. How did you do with your spelling? Did you remember to leave the U out of 40? I know that's a mistake I make all the time. You want to use that U in 40. 6,340,581. Okay. Reading numbers through the 10 millions by periods. We talked about this earlier. I'm not going to spend too much time here. First, you read the millions period, so 5 million. Then you read the thousands period, which is 824,000. And then you finish with 428. So you start at the greatest value and work your way right, obviously. 5,824,428. You've got it in standard form here, and you've got it in word form. You could see, I think it ends here with the next example. So this would be 6,035,350, and that'll spill right into this problem or this scenario, if you will. For this slide, we're moving a little bit away from the numbers and the pronunciation and the understanding of word form. And now we're looking at proper comma placement and placing it by period. So to read a 7-digit number, read the first digit plus the word million. Then read the next 3 digits as a 3-digit number plus the word thousand. And finally read the last 3 digits. So 6 million. And I know that's a period. So I'm going to go ahead and drag my comma right here. 35,000. And that's the end of the thousand. All right, so looking at this slide here, reading numbers by 10 millions by periods, moving away from the word form and thinking more about standard form and the idea of chunking the number into those periods via the use of commas. So listen to my thinking as I drag the commas into the correct location. And then I can write the value of each period under that period. When you're reading a number, it's like reading a book, right? You go left to right in the English language. So 6 millions. As soon as I hear myself say that word millions, I know that that's it for that period. So I can write my millions, and I've got 6 of them. Wouldn't that be nice? 6 millions, 35,000. If there's no value here in the 100,000s place, you don't say anything. You don't say 100,000. You just say you have 35,000s. Once I say that word thousands, I realize I am finished with that period. So I'm going to drag my comma, not that line. I'm going to drag my comma into position. 350. 350. So 6,035,350. So here's my thousands. And here's my ones. So my thinking is, say the number. Once I hear the word of that period place value, that's a good indicator of where the comma should be. The other way you think about it is you start where the decimal point would be, and you count over 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma, and so on and so forth. On this slide of the guided learning for 1.2, you're trying to get some practice writing numbers in word form. So I took the liberty to go ahead and do this example for you, but why don't you give it a shot and then pause back and play? What would you write for number 13? Pause it right here and give it a shot. Okay, you're unpausing, so you should have written this first example in word form, and now you can check your work. 1,234,567. When you get into your small groups, you'll probably do a lot more. You might even finish this whole page. You'll do more of this guided practice using the written form of the word. Down here, we're looking at standard form. So you've got 3 choices. I'll do the first one for you. So 200,106 is number 1. 200,106. Where it can get tricky is if there are zeros inside of a number in some of the place values. Sometimes you just need to stop and think. 200,106. The absence of value is a 0. So you put a 0 in that number. And that just about wraps up the guided foundational part of the lesson. Have a great time today, boys and girls, as you work using place value with your teacher in your small groups. It's not incredibly complicated. It could get a little tricky, but your teachers expect you to do very, very well on this first assessment, and we know you guys will do great. I know a lot of you had a chance to take a pretest, and we were all talking about how well you have done. So look for some opportunities for extensions as well, and we'll spice up the curriculum a little bit in our small group settings. Have a terrific day. Thanks for your attention.